Usually Carlsen is the one coming late to the chessboard, but this time it's Arjun. Is this mind games or just coincidence? Carlsen gets up from his seat, shakes Arjun's hand, and now the game begins. E4 on the board by Magnus Carlsen. Clearly he's going for the win. Arjun responds with a Sicilian defense, an ambitious choice against the world champion, and Carlsen plays knight f3 and e6 on the board. d4 open Sicilian, pawn takes on d4 and knight takes back. Both players clearly going for the win. Knight comes out to f6, attacks the e4 pawn. Carlsen defends with the bishop, a very interesting choice, and now knight on c6, tries to force the exchange. Carlsen does take, and now pawn takes on c6, and Carlsen very quickly puts the bishop on f4. He's playing on the clock, and Arjun after a deep thought plays d5, and Carlsen defends it with knight d2. Arjun ponders over the move, doesn't want to spoil his structure, develops the bishop e7. That's a very good principle for every beginner. Develop your pieces. As we can see, Carlsen castles and now Arjun castles as well. Both players making their king safe. Number one priority in a chess game, king safety. All of Carlsen's pieces are developed, and now he challenges Arjun's center with the pawn move c4, and Arjun says, Carlsen, look at your pawn on b2. How do you defend this pawn? And you can see Carlsen clearly taking a extremely deep think before he plays the logical move b3. Now Carlsen has this harmonious pawn structure on a2, b3, c4, e4, and Arjun's time now to take a long think. Clearly, if Carlsen has thought for a long while, you will too. He finally plays the move a5. Very good move. Before Carlsen can initiate play on the king side, he immediately counters on the queen side, and Carlsen is forced to play e5, move the knight to d7, and now you can see the bishop on d3 pointed towards h7. Carlsen now plays queen to c2, attacks the pawn on h7. That pawn has to move. Arjun plays the pawn to h6, and now Carlsen plays knight to f3, bringing more pieces towards the king side. Slowly but surely he's gearing up for an attack, and Arjun has to strike on the queen side, plays the pawn to a4. Carlsen does not want to take this and spoil his structure. What will he do? He has a deep think here. He knows he has to be absolutely correct, or Arjun will attack the queen side first before Carlsen can even dream of attacking the king side. Carlsen finally moves, puts his rook on b1 opposite Arjun's queen, and now he basically avoids the rook trade. He wants to keep as many pieces as possible on the chessboard. Arjun clearly opens up the a file with a takes b3. Carlsen takes back, and now it's a critical choice for Arjun. How does he develop his bishop? He puts it on b7. Not a great bishop looking at its own pawn, but it has long-term prospects. Once Arjun can play c5, you can imagine that bishop opening up on the long diagonal. Carlsen clearly does not look too enthusiastic about his position, and he comes up with the move queen to c1. It's very obvious what the threat is. Bishop takes h6. If Arjun gives Carlsen even one move, I think the game will be over. The queen will land on h6, and then queen h7 will be checkmate. Hence bishop a3 attacking the queen, and Carlsen quickly plays queen d2. It's very obvious he had seen all of this, but the question is, what happens after bishop e4? The queen has to drop back. They have repeated moves once, and now Arjun thinking, wait, is Carlsen okay with the draw? So I have the draw in hand. Do I take it? Do I have anything else? But clearly he does not. Even a single move, and Carlsen takes on h6. So Carlsen clearly looking to the side. He has accepted his fate. A draw is okay. He looks towards the game in the corner and finally moves the queen back to d2. Arjun will of course repeat, put the bishop on b4. They agree to a draw. Hands have been shaken.